Hey, do you have a minute? I have something I want to ask you. I was wondering, did you do my laundry yesterday when you stayed over?
Yeah, I did it. You're welcome, by the way.
A bunch of my clothes got messed up in the wash. Do you remember what wash cycle you used? I've never had a problem with them in the past.
Oh, they did? They must have been cheaply made then. If clothes can't be washed in hot water, they need to clearly mark that on a tag or something. It's not my fault they got ruined. Don't try to blame me for cheap clothes getting ruined.
I'm not sure how to say this, but I don't think they were damaged in the washer. It looks like they were messed up with some other way. They're literally torn to shreds. There's no way that could have happened in the wash. I checked. There was nothing sharp in the wash to rip the clothes up like that.
I don't know anything about that. All I did was put them in the washing machine. You're lucky to have a mother-in-law who helps you with your laundry. Maybe if you did your own laundry in the first place, this wouldn't have happened. The fault lies with you.
I would, but you always get mad at me when I do my own laundry.
You need to take the initiative on these sorts of things. If I get mad, just deal with it. Stop being so spoiled.
I'm sorry. There's just a tendency for my clothes to get destroyed or go missing every time you happen to stay with us. I just wanted to ask and see if you knew why that might be happening. You're saying you don't know anything, right?
Stop accusing me. I don't know anything about that. You probably just lost the clothes on your own. You're clumsy like that. I wouldn't put it past you. Why would I mess with your clothes? What do I benefit from that?
You have a tendency to think I never do things good enough. I've seen you secretly adding spices to meals I've cooked before I serve them. I'm sure you have good intentions, but it makes me feel like I'm never doing anything right.
Are you so proud that seeing people add a little extra salt in a dish you made makes you feel inferior? Everyone adds their own preferred amount. Maybe your preferred seasoning is a little unusual. Have you ever considered that? Besides, do you really think I have the time to nitpick every little thing you do wrong?
I just sense an air of hostility from you from time to time. I feel like I disappoint you, that you think I'm not good enough for your son.
I've never said anything that should make you feel that way. Are you really that hell-bent on making me a bad guy? Or perhaps you just have a victim complex. Do you want to be a victim that badly?
How do you explain my laundry then?
Your clothes are cheaply made. If simply washing them destroys them, then you shouldn't be buying that junk in the first place. Our daughters-in-law are so sensitive these days, you can't tease them at all anymore. You guys have it good. It was brutal back in my day.
I guess I won't get an honest answer out of you.
Do you have some sort of proof that I destroyed your clothes intentionally?
Of course, I don't have something like that.
Of course you don't. This is all in your head. Always the victim, huh? No one is going to believe your far-fetched stories anyways, especially my son. I know he will take my side on this.
You think my husband would take your side in this?
Of course he would. He always tells me how personable I am. He knows I would never do something like this, especially not picking on his own wife. He thinks way too highly of me for that. This is a you problem. It'll remain that way until you just move on and get over it.
Hey, where you at? Are you out shopping right now or something?
Yeah, your mom asked me if I would pick some things up for her. I should be back in like 15 minutes or so. What's up? Do you need me to grab you something while I'm out?
Nah, it's nothing like that.
Did your mom say something? Is she mad I'm not back yet? If she is, tell her I'll be back soon.
There's something I've been meaning to ask you. Can you put a pause on shopping for a moment and just focus on our conversation? I don't want you to be distracted.
Oh, sure. Are you upset about something?
Yes, I'm pretty irritated right now.
I'm sorry. What happened?
I'd like to confirm something.
Sure, what's that?
Remember when you swang by my folks' place earlier today and had tea with us? You were in a hurry to get your shopping done for the day, so you didn't stay long. But you, my mom, and I sat together to have tea, right?
Yeah, that's right.
You weren't the one that made the tea, right? My mom made it, right?
That's right.
Thanks for clearing that up. Don't go to my parents' house again.
What about all the groceries?
We don't need them. Just go straight to our house.
Do you want to explain? Why should I just go straight home? If your mom doesn't get her groceries, it'll make her angry. Especially when she's relying on me to get them for her.
I don't care about the groceries. I don't want to hear about them anymore. Seriously, it's fine. Just head home. Get your stuff packed. We are moving.
We are? Where is this coming from all of a sudden? Why would we do that? Wait, don't tell me. Are you kicking me out? I must have done something to make you mad. I did, didn't I?
Calm down. I know how the situation looks, but that isn't the case. I'm definitely mad, but not at you.
Oh, that's good to hear. I just assumed as much when you told me to pack my things. You aren't trying to get in a divorce with me or anything, right? I'm really happy with us. I don't want to be driven away.
It's nothing like that. I'm happy with us too.
Can you explain then, please?
I'm sorry for all that I've put you through recently. I want to apologize for ever doubting you. I had no idea what was going on.
Are you talking about in regards to your mom?
Yeah, I am.
You finally realize it then, huh? Thank you for that. What finally tipped you off?
Does she always treat you so poorly? When did all of this start?
Pretty much right after we got married. It's been going on for a long time.
I'm sorry you've been dealing with this on your own the whole time.
You had mentioned that there was something about the tea that made you realize what was really going on. Care to explain?
I probably should.
Sorry, did you drink the tea? Was there something weird about it?
I didn't drink it, mainly because I noticed something was off before I drank it.
I had actually noticed it too. I was desperate for you to realize it on your own though. Honestly, I was completely shocked when I saw it. I never thought she would go that far. I never realized she hated me that much.
I had no idea either. I was in disbelief. I would have never realized it on my own either.
It's been so hard on me for so long. I thought it was something I could handle on my own, but I was wrong. I confronted her about it several times. I just didn't want to get you involved if I didn't have to.
I can't believe that she had the gall to try something like that right in front of my face. She's gotten rather bold.
She has indeed. I think it's because she thought no matter what, you would take her side, even if she did something unforgivable. She figured you would always be her greatest ally.
She's an idiot for thinking like that. I'm obviously going to take my wife's side in this. I vow to do a better job in keeping you safe from here on out.
Where are you at? I'm tired of waiting. You were supposed to go to the supermarket up the street and head straight back. How could you possibly screw that up?
Sorry, I actually already went back home.
And why would you do that? I don't care that you went home, but you didn't deliver my groceries. What am I supposed to do now?
Your son told me to head straight home and not worry about the groceries. He asked me to not stop by your place anymore.
Oh, is he finally getting rid of you? That's hilarious. How did you screw up this time? I guess he wanted to be able to finally relax with us without having to constantly babysit you. Oh, he's a smart boy.
I don't think that's it.
Then why would he send you home?
He wasn't trying to drive me away. He asked me to go home to keep me safe.
Safe from what? Explain yourself.
When we were over earlier, you made us tea, right? Thanks for the hospitality.
Ah, that. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I wouldn't say that. I never even had one sip of that tea.
I noticed you left a full cup of it. That's quite rude. It's a real shame that you didn't drink any of it. I was really hoping you would.
Sorry that your prank didn't work out for you. My cup was the only one that was tampered with, right? I was about to take a sip of it, but I noticed a strange odor.
You're accusing me of tampering with your tea? Where is this coming from? Isn't your sense of smell off? It might explain why all your cooking tastes so bad. You're so disrespectful. After I went through all the trouble of making you tea, you didn't even drink it. Who raised you? Clearly they did a poor job, whoever it was.
I actually swapped teas with my husband.
You did what?
I felt bad for doing that to him, but he had to know. There's no way he wouldn't have smelled that something was off if he actually tried to drink it. I would have stopped him. Fortunately, that wasn't the case. He noticed that you put something in the tea right away.
You're lying, aren't you?
Your son called me while I was out shopping. We discussed everything. He sees everything much more clearly now.
What do you mean by everything?
All the teasing you've put me through? That everything.
I have never done anything to pester you. I have been nothing but nice to you. Don't ruin my reputation with your fanciful thinking.
It's true that I can't prove anything. You do a good job of ensuring that you leave no evidence behind. Unfortunately for you, you won't be able to talk your way out of this one.
Even supposing there was a weird smell, that isn't evidence of anything. Perhaps the tea leaves were just spoiled and I didn't notice. It wasn't an intentional act. It was just an accident, that's all.
That sort of smell wouldn't arise from some rotten tea leaves. It had the smell of a dirty washcloth. Did you squeeze the liquid into a cup and call it tea? If the leaves were that rotten, then the other cups would have had traces of that smell too.
How am I supposed to know? I don't understand the scientific explanation for why a tea might stink. So what exactly are you accusing me of?
Before I left to go shopping, I peeked into your kitchen. There was a dirty washcloth left right next to the teapot. It looked thoroughly wrung out.
I only use that to clean. I always wring the rag out in the sink after I use it. The teapot just happened to be nearby the sink at the time. Would you stop with all these baseless accusations?
At the very least, you can't deny that the tea you served was not drinkable. Your son noticed this. He sent me home on my own while he figured out what to do next.
Why would he do that?
I imagine things are going to get unpleasant for you soon. He's pissed. You better prepare yourself for quite the ear beating.
He's pissed off?
He told me that what you did was absolutely unforgivable. Even if you get down on your knees and beg, he won't forgive you. Mom? You still there? Is something the matter? You stopped responding all of a sudden.
It's Rick. I took Mom's phone for a minute.
Rick? What's going on? Where's your mom at?
She bolted as soon as she saw my face. She even dropped her phone on the way out. She was in quite the rush. She's unbelievable. Running away is practically an admission of guilt for all the terrible things that she's been doing.
She ran from her own son? I guess she realized she really messed up this time.
I'm gonna go look for her. I still want to talk to her. She isn't gonna make it very far with that hip of hers. I'm sure she's just down the street somewhere. If she aggravates it, I'll be sure to help her ice it, so don't worry about her.
I appreciate it. She's lucky to have a reliable son like you.
I haven't been the most reliable lately, but that all changes now. I can't believe she'd run away over this, though. She doesn't know when to give up. I just want her to explain herself. If I'm too easy on her, I fear the message won't get through, though.
I think she just always assumed you would be on her side no matter what. She probably doesn't know how to handle it now that you aren't. Maybe she thinks this is how all mother-in-laws act, that tormenting their daughter-in-law is the norm.
Maybe that's true. She can be quite personable, though. It's easy to be deceived into thinking that she's really sweet and a caring person. It's why I had such a hard time believing you. She does a good job of putting up airs. However, deep down, she clearly holds some resentful feelings. Based off my experience of her, I would have never thought she was the type of person who would bully her daughter-in-law.
I imagine she will yield if you explain it like that. I'll leave the rest up to you. Don't go too easy on her now.
Don't worry, I won't. Even if she starts bawling her eyes out, I won't let her get off without consequence.
Even still, I can't believe she just bolted when she saw your face. What do you look like now? Still angry? It must have been pretty terrifying for her to run.
Don't you worry, it's a face you'll never have to see.
I appreciate you being so upset on my behalf.
I don't want this to take all day. I'm gonna go find her and get back as soon as I can. Would you mind making dinner and waiting for me?
Gladly. I appreciate everything you're doing for me. I'll be sure to have your favorites ready and waiting for you. There's one thing I'd like to request, though.
I'm all ears.
It's always been, really hard for me whenever we visit your mom, even at the beginning. However, I never wanted to worry you with it, so I never brought it up before. It's not like I had any concrete evidence of anything wrong she'd been doing. Due to that, I always thought your mom would be able to get away with anything.
I'm really sorry that you've been dealing with all of that on your own. If only I had noticed a bit earlier, a lot of hardships could have been prevented. She truly crossed a line I never thought she would by tampering with your tea.
It's the first time I've really stood up to her. I'm sure she's furious about all of this. To be honest, I didn't really have to do anything. We just swapped cups. However, I don't think your mom will see it that way. Besides, there are things I can't forgive your mom for, like all the time she's destroyed my clothes because she thought they were cheap looking.
I don't blame you for being angry or swapping the teacup. You had to make me understand somehow. I don't know if I ever would have realized my mom's ill will otherwise.
I want your mom to feel the same pain she put me through. I don't think I can accept it if she gets off with just a slap on the wrist. She's put me through so much, that wouldn't be fair. I want her to truly understand how terrible she's been to me. She needs to be cornered and confronted. She needs to feel sufficient fear in order for the message to get across.
I can do that. It's the least I could do. I'll do anything within reason to make your rage subside. She deserves every bit of that and more.
Do you mind if we talk for a minute? I wasn't doing those things in order to be mean. Please, believe me. My son made it clear to me I was in the wrong. I've been thoroughly reprimanded. In addition, I've been able to think about how I treated you over the past month.
Why are you bringing this up to me? What do you want?
I haven't heard from my son in over a month. Would you ask him to respond to my texts, please?
We've talked about it together. He doesn't want to respond to your text messages anymore.
Why is that?
He figured it would be the best way to punish you for what you did. He knows not responding is really getting under your skin.
I've been punished enough already, haven't I? Can we move on already? Besides, he lectured me for God knows how many hours. He made his point. Even though I was crying, he made me call you and apologize over the phone, didn't he? What more do you want?
Did you think all would be forgiven after one lecture? You aren't going to get off that easily. If an apology was sufficient enough, he wouldn't have needed to get the police involved.
What sort of punishment do you think is sufficient?
Being cut off. My husband is cutting you off. He won't be in contact with you anymore moving forward. By the way, we've already moved far away from you.
You did what? When did that happen?
We moved the last box just a few days ago. Trying to get everything arranged last minute was challenging. However, we were able to find a good moving company that made the process as painless as possible. Of course, we won't be sharing our new address with you.
I can't believe he'd go as far as cutting me off. It's true that I did some mean things to you, but isn't he overreacting a bit? I didn't do anything that terrible.
This is his way of making things right. He came to the decision on his own. He was beyond frustrated that he never realized you'd been bullying me all these years. That's why he cut things off with you. He's doing it as a means of showing me how much he loves me.
I'm sorry. I never meant for things to be this way.
What are you sorry for?
I've done a lot of terrible things to you. I really am sorry.
Do you think if I forgive you that I will put in a good word with your son? That I'll recommend he talk to you again? I'm not soft enough to do something like that.
This is serious. Cutting me off is unacceptable. It's not like anything I did physically harmed you in any way.
There actually was some real damage done. I've built up a ton of stress dealing with you over the years. It's giving me stomach ulcers. I think your son wants to say one last thing to you before finally cutting you off. I'm going to give him the phone.
Mom, it's me. As my wife said, I'm cutting ties with you. I don't want to see you ever again.
I never did anything bad enough to warrant this kind of reaction. You've punished me enough, haven't you?
Sadly, it's not that simple. The harm that you've done to my wife won't just simply disappear overnight. She's gonna have to live with it for the rest of her life. I think this is an appropriate punishment for your misdeeds. Bye, Mom.
As he said, that is goodbye from me as well.
Why do I have to accept this absurd decision the two of you made?
Is it any surprise your son has moved on? You're a horrible person. You are a rotten woman to your core. I'm sure you thought no one would ever accuse you of being the type of person who would torment their own daughter-in-law for fun. However, now that your son is gone, it's going to be a lot harder for you to act innocent. Good luck explaining why your own son cut you off. I don't know what Kathy has been up to since our last conversation. Our home phone number was changed after she moved, and both me and Rick blocked her number on our cell phones. She has truly been completely cut off. Rick said he wants to get a lot closer with my family. We've been spending a lot more time at my parents' home as of late. However, regardless of how awful your parent might be, cutting them off completely is no easy task. In order to do so, Rick had to make quite the difficult decision, a decision he was doing for me. I really appreciate him doing it. I can't imagine how hard it's been for him, but our relationship has never been stronger as a result. Thank you for watching the video. If you liked it, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button to see more content like this.